Okay, hey guys. So I haven't recorded in quite a while now. It's just been really hard. I've been in a space where I probably should have been really focused on my devotion practice. It's just having a really hard time getting there. Lots and lots coming up with grief and everything that it's attached to. So yesterday I picked up my kitty's ashes. She's right here, Smeagol. They gave me this little beautiful little cedar wood. Eventually I'm gonna get an urn, the biodegradable one that I can plant him in and make him into a tree because he loved it outside. His favorite thing was to be in the sun, in the grass and the flowers. So yeah, we're gonna have a little ceremony for him in a couple weeks, and I am feeling called to really get my practice of devotion back. Not that I haven't been doing that. I mean, there's been lots of days where I've had incredible, inspiring, connected conversations, and I've been processing very heavily and very deeply this last couple of weeks. So I haven't ignored my soul. I just haven't done any intentional practices. I'm just doing my normal everyday processing, which is actually pretty intense. So yeah, just really being with this right now, which grieving is holy, and this is where I've wanted to be, and I'm trying to come out of it because there's a difference between being in your grieving or your depression, which this has created a really big depression part for me. I've been really depressed, and that's okay. So it's like not fighting the state that I'm in and allowing it to be that, because there's a reason for that too. And I was saying something, I don't remember what it was now, but just allowing myself to be where I am. And oh, that's what I was saying. So there's a difference between really letting yourself sink into your grief or your depression or your anxiety or whatever feelings you may be having that are uncomfortable, is we do need to feel those feelings. We do need to sink down into them, to understand them, to feel them completely and let them run through our system. Actually, you may never understand them. Usually I have insight. Doesn't mean it has to happen. Just feeling it will release it. But you have to let your system feel it for as long as it needs to feel it. At usually it's 20 minutes and it's gone, literally. But sometimes, like with me and my depression, it lasts for a while. And there's a reason for it. So instead of struggling against it, I try to understand it, even though I hate it. And it's so uncomfortable, and I have so much judgment around it. My mind does. I also try to understand it and what it's trying to tell me, and I honor that my whole system, emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, is in it for a reason. And there's a time when it becomes like festering, like where now it's no longer healing to allow myself to stay in that space, because now I've become a victim to it, and I'm looping around in it, and I'm completely stuck and frozen. And those are two very different things, from allowing it and accepting it and being it versus wallowing in it, and getting literally drowning in it. And there's a reason for it. So instead of struggling against it, I try to understand it, even though I hate it. And it's so uncomfortable, and I have so much judgment around it. My mind does. I also try to understand it and And it's a fine line, and it's really hard to delineate between if you don't fully understand yourself and your process yet. Even when you do, like, I'm not sure, but today I feel a call. So I trust whatever I'm feeling called towards, and whatever that instinct is, from my body and my soul, not from my mind. So my mind wanted me out of this the day it started, right? So that's not healthy. I needed to go into it. But last night and this morning, I feel like, okay, I really feel like I just want to keep laying in bed today and not doing anything. But today that doesn't feel in alignment with the rest of my system. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, it doesn't feel in alignment. And I can't tell you how I know that, other than I know my system really well. And there's a call in me that's very different, that's saying, okay, we're ready to move on from this. Let's start our devotion practice again. And I just hear that. I feel it. It's feeling, if I want to really feel into it, it's in my heart. It's in my heart chakra, and it's in my third chakra, so my solar plexus. And so it's not coming from my head. So those two spaces are like pulling me towards opening again. And I feel that, and I trust that. And if it doesn't feel good in my body or my system, then I won't do it again. So this is a knowing and a trust that I have built and developed within myself over 10 years now. And it is possible for everyone. And this is what I want to teach people, and this is what I want to help people with, and this is what I'm in the trenches here for, is to help anyone with this, to help anyone that would like this guidance in their life. How to understand themselves better, how to feel themselves better, how to know themselves better, how to get in touch with who they truly are and what they truly feel and what they truly are here for. Very passionate about that, and I know how to do that. So I'm going to trust today that today is the day for me to start to move forward again and start to do my devotional practices again. And also, by the way, guys, Mercury's in retrograde, which I know, everybody probably, you hear this all the time, and you see it go around on Facebook. It's probably something that you think is so wooey and stupid. Now, part of the New Age community has made it pretty wooey, but it actually has a very important purpose. And the purpose of Mercury retrograde, and people are like, oh God, shit's gonna hit the fan, blah, blah. And it does. It fucking does. My cat died. No, not because of Mercury retrograde, but it's interesting that it was in that time frame. Things don't happen because of. There's just cycles. It's natural cycles. Just like in nature, there's natural cycles in astrology. And Mercury retrograde is about going inward. It's about slowing down and reflecting on the inside. It's not about taking actions on the outside. So we as a culture, especially our Western culture in the United States, we think hustle, 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 hustle every day, every day, every day. Not healthy, actually, and not in the cycles of nature itself, astrology, what we're all actually connected to, because we're all human and we all have the same systems. So when you understand astrology better, you understand how to utilize the energy. It's not like it's just going to like happen for you. You have to understand what the energy is about and then understand how to use it. It's just a wisdom. So to use Mercury retrograde energy wisely is to stay inward, is to be reflective with yourself, is to dive down deep and reassess yourself and your life and all of the different aspects of it. It's a really amazing, potent time to do that. So if you know that, you can know to go inward during that time and to slow down and to not try to make projects move forward, to really try not to have communication with difficult subjects or things in this time to save that. And, you know, people, oh, I don't have 3 weeks to let that happen. That's fine. You're going to force something that's really not going to go very well. And if we understand these cycles, we understand it's time for ourselves. And there is time. There's always time. And our hustle culture makes us believe something different, but it's just not the truth. The truth is there's always enough time. There's always enough of everything. We just have to be willing to sink down deep into it. And most people avoid themselves at all costs. We don't want to feel ourselves. We don't want to hear ourselves. We don't, because there's so much layered on top that has to be felt and has to be dealt with if we start to actually really address our own being. And that is scary. I'm here to say I know that. I know how scary that is. It's terrifying. I'm also here to say it's worth it. And it is possible and it is doable, and you will not die if you go through it. You will actually be reborn. So, I follow those instincts, and Mercury's not out of retrograde yet, but obviously I'm recording this, so I felt a call strong enough to do it. And this is not what I thought I was going to be talking about. So, there we go. Letting it flow, guys. So yeah. I will most likely do a devotional practice later, and I will record that and let you guys know. Okay, bye for now. Neko, say hi. Say hi. Are you out here with Mommy? Yeah. What are you doing? What do you smell? Yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going? Yeah. Hi, baby. So this is what I'm doing today, guys, for my devotion. You know, I was in a hurry and I wanted her to come out here and eat grass. She always begs me to come out here to eat grass, but she's not an outdoor kitty currently. So I'm still following her. So I have to watch her when she comes out here, but she really wants to be outside. She really wants to eat the grass, so I was like, you know what? Hurry up. I was trying to make her hurry. Oh, she's rubbing all over me now. And then I was like, you know what? What's holier than sitting here in the sun, watching my kitty in the grass rub all over me? Yeah. Come here. Yeah. She keeps rubbing on my legs. Yeah. And literally just taking the time to sit here with her and watch her and be with her and have a wonderful spring day with her in the sun. I could think of nothing more holy or divine or devoted. And everything that I had on my list of things to do that I started worrying about faded away when I was like, you know what? What else should I be spending my time on? What is more worth my time than being here with my beautiful kitty in the sun? This is where the hustle culture can be very harmful, because we don't take these moments, these very, very precious moments that we have with our loved ones. My fur babies are my children. Oh, yes. And we just don't take these moments to just sit and be with the beings that we love in the sun. So I'm doing that today. Blessed be loves.